Hello, my name is Denzel Lewis, and I'm going to be sharing my personal testimony today. It's about a two-parter, but I will wrap it up and be quite quick with it. The first part being, I did grow up in church. I didn't grow up as much as most people would have. I only went to church with my best friend because his dad had a church, has a church, and is a great pastor there, and led very well. And we were kids at that time, so we really didn't take it seriously, but we were still in church and had that role and that name of being church boys. But then I walked away from that for a little bit, just because I moved and whatnot, and um, started playing football and got very distracted with that, which was a good thing at that time for me. But it wasn't what God had for me. It's what Denzel wanted. Then I came to Next Level Church my junior year of high school, and then God spoke to me and saved me that way. And I got baptized, and it was the best day of my life. And then I went into my senior year of high school. We had a conference. Student conference was the best thing ever, and God spoke to me, showed His face to me in a new way at that time, and it was just beautiful. And then that summer, going into my freshman year of college, I played football, and it was beautiful. I started my year out with my Bible, my journal on my desk, and as each day went, as my faith began to fade, so did my journaling, my Bible. If I'm being quite honest, I didn't pick it up the whole entire time I was there, and if it wasn't to move it, and I saw the fruit from that. Then I fell into drugs and alcohol. I started to get high and things of that nature. And then I was very depressed. I had very bad thoughts. I had thoughts of the enemy was speaking to me and saying, "What if you weren't here? People wouldn't think of you." And it was just torment for me. And then I supplemented that with drugs. And then I didn't do so well with school because of that. And then I got kicked out, and then came back home, which gave me the opportunity to just be back in my community. But I still got high Monday through Friday, but Saturday I stayed sober, so Sunday I can go to church and serve. I was living a double life, and that wasn't really what God had for me. That wasn't what God had for me at all. So one day in February, He spoke to me. He put a mirror to my face and said, "My son, look at you now. You are far from me. You are not anything that I have made you out to be. I have called you to be so much higher." And to back up a little bit, before I left, elder at my church, he gave me a prophecy. And that prophecy I thought was for my football career, but it was really for my career in ministry. And when God held that mirror up to my face in February, He said to me, "This is how I want you to be, my son." And He dressed me in beautiful garments and said, "This is where I want you to be. Pursue it." And that's what I just did after that night, wrestling with God, just seeing all the things that I'm doing, all my iniquities, all my sins, and just decided to give my life back to Him that same night. And then that following morning, I had a talk with my student pastor, which is now my young adult pastor, and she spoke life into me, and now I'm so grounded in my community, and which led me to praying and fasting for my next step, my next decision, and that was to become and go into a full-time ministry and become a pastor, which it's beautiful. And now I'm coming on almost a year of being sober, and I am just as much in love with Jesus as I was before. God is so great. Thank you for your time.